Hello, this is Chris with Kunze Analytics. Thanks for watching this video. Recently, I completed a validation study of some sales productivity numbers for a company that's nationwide, and it's in the financial services industry. What I'd like to demonstrate today is how a sales manager could determine what would be the best way to coach a salesperson that's struggling in his or her role, or any of the team members, because we're finding that even average middle performers or above average top performers can also benefit from this type of information. What we're looking at right now is a predictive scorecard, and the company used a psychometric test and assessment online to capture information about each of the salespeople on the team. There are 20 different scales measured, but the ones we're focusing on here are the 9 behavioral traits that are basically related to personality. So coaching is able to manage, adjust, adapt personality traits or behavioral traits. So this is what the sales manager can do in conversations now, many of which will be virtual conversations through web conferencing, video conferencing technology. So here we have an individual, and on a 10-unit scale, this individual has scored a 4 in behavioral trait 1, a 7 in 2, a 9 in trait 3, and so forth. And any score that's between 4 and 7 are average scores. Scores of 1, 2, and 3 are below average. Scores of 8, 9, and 10 on a bell curve or a normal distribution are above average. And so we see that this salesperson, who's one of the bottom performers and definitely needs coaching, is above average in behavioral trait number 3 and behavioral trait number 9. The issue with assessments is that very often the publisher's software will create broad ranges where the assessment results will be matched to those ranges, points will be awarded or deducted, and there's a fit score or overall job match score at the end. That information can be used for making personnel decisions to hire or to promote someone. But in the case of coaching, we're going to leverage those same data and a different type of model, a data mining model, which is predictive of the future and highly accurate when used with the same training group. So here we have, it is so accurate in this case, the data mining model that we've built for key performance indicator number 1, that we are forecasting within 1 point. Plus or minus 1 point in actuality. And then for key performance indicator number 2, which is also a sales metric, we're within 0.2. So you can see here the numbers, the actual productivity. Now, instead of looking at a report that might be 25, 30 pages long to try to figure out what to do, the sales manager can go to a predictive scorecard and then find out which behaviors should be adapted. Now, we have those in yellow which relate to key performance indicator number 1. And 5 out of the 9 behavioral traits have an impact on key performance indicator number 1. There are 2 traits in blue here that affect key performance indicator number 2. And these relationships are nonlinear. The first change that we would want to affect would be with this first candidate, because it affects behavioral trait 6 affects both of the key performance indicators. And we would like to actually increase that. And you see now, automatically, by increasing this metric, we see a jump up in estimated or predicted productivity. Then we're looking at this next behavioral trait, which is the most predictive one for KPI number 2, and we're thinking about decreasing that. And when we do that, we actually see an increase in KPI number 2. And so what does this all mean? It means that the coaching could impact, in a perfect world, could increase KPI number 1 by 13% and KPI number 2 by 41%. And the optimal coaching plan would be to increase this trait using the reports from the assessment publisher to understand the trait thoroughly and to understand what increasing or decreasing the trait would mean, in this case increasing, and decreasing trait number 8 by 1 unit. And we believe from 20 years of experience in coaching and working with companies using this type of information that a 1 or 2 unit change is doable in normal relationships between a sales manager and a sales representative. So this is Chris with Kunze Analytics. We are predicting performance through analytics and helping you decide with data. Thanks and have a great day.